What lies behind the glossy facade of technology consulting? What challenges and pitfalls do you dare to explore? Is it worth it? Hi, if you don't know me, I'm Natalia. I'm a cloud and DevOps engineer, and today let's chat about 6 reasons that might make you think twice before diving into a fast-paced industry where the stakes are high and the time is your only currency, one of the most valuable currency indeed.
Spill the tea, sweetheart.
I might piss some people off from technology consulting today, but I promised myself to be as transparent as possible on this channel. As I said in one of my previous videos before, you decide for yourself what aligns with your goals and what is good for you and your career. And yes, going to the consulting route was solely my personal decision, even though I knew where I was going and what to expect. Also, I had an opportunity to stay in the public sector, but at that exact moment I needed knowledge and skills in the cloud. And technology consulting was a good fit for my purpose. In that video I shared how consulting in general can elevate your tech career, but we didn't discuss any cons yet and if it's a good fit for some people. That is going to be a bit of spicy topic. Buckle up as we're heading into the dark side of consulting, uncovering the untold truths and tales of the mysterious world of tech consulting.
Oh dear, what an awkward situation.
Well, not so dark and mysterious, just adding a little bit of drama sprinkles here and there. Tech consulting can be a rewarding career path for many, and I know lots of people who thrive in this industry. But there are several reasons why some individuals may choose to avoid it. We should remember we are all different, and the way we deal with stress, conflicts, and lack of security is different as well. I'll probably start with high stress levels. Tech consulting often involves tight deadlines, high pressure situations, demanding clients, and multiple projects at the same time. The fast-paced nature of the industry itself can lead to stress and burnout, especially for those who struggle to manage work-life balance. You didn't experience the dark side of engineering if you didn't stay up after midnight, attending to deployments or debugging pipelines with your team. I should admit, it was a rough time for me. I experienced stress for almost 3 years straight. How do I know this? I had a constant upper back pain, and for me it's a clear indication of stress. Having 2 little kids didn't make my life easier, but I knew what I was doing. Some people can cruise their whole career without trying to move the needle, and honestly it's okay. It's just their decision. Nobody has a right to judge them for what they think is best for them. But if you want some quantum jumps in your career, get ready to pay a high price ticket for getting what you want. Next one, lack of ownership. This one was quite big for me and also one of the main reasons I left consulting and joined a product company. Consultants don't own projects or code. Clients have ownership for everything consultants do, and it's a normal business exchange. As the saying goes, whoever pays the bill makes the rules. And I get it. But on a personal level, the feeling of ownership for a piece of work that you spend days and nights on is so crucial for engineers. Like in every job you do, if you feel ownership over your work, you are more likely to take pride in what you produce. It's just a normal human reaction. This is why we see so many names of cast and crew after a great movie ends. Because it's important for actors, artists, and technicians who spend thousands of hours making this movie to be proud of their work. Yes, there is a monetary benefit to it, but deep inside, we are all creators and we want to be proud of what we do and create. Lack of specialization. In the previous video, I shared my opinion about sticking with one cloud at the beginning of your career. I think it's a very important time when you need to keep your focus sharp and not spread yourself thin. This is the time when you get deeper understanding of the underlying principles and the best practices in a particular domain, and it also lets you dive into more complex problems. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to convince you that you need to learn only one cloud for the rest of your career. No, you can always expand your knowledge. You can even completely switch from one cloud to another. And I can assure you, it will be much easier to understand after you grasp one cloud. At the end of the day, nobody can tell you what is best for you, right? Honestly, I failed trying to learn two clouds at the same time, and the nature of consulting business is completely different from, let's say, a product company where I work now. You'll have to do what your client needs, and in this regard, you don't have lots of choice about what cloud you want to work with. On top of that, consultants often have little control over the project they work on or the direction those projects take. Like today, you work with some clients from the public sector, and tomorrow, because of a change in government, the majority of projects can be closed. It happens everywhere. You may be assigned to the project that don't align with your interests or expertise, which leads to dissatisfaction with your work. I don't know about you, but I need to feel drive and fulfillment with my career. Otherwise, why do I need all this? From my observation, expertise in one cloud can open up opportunities for career advancement, such as becoming a technical lead or architect, or even starting your own consulting firm specializing in that cloud. It also means that people in your network watch your consistent growth and have you in their mind as well. Lack of job security. Tech consulting projects are typically short-term engagements. It can be 2 weeks, or 3 months. If the project goes well, it could be up to 1 or 2 years. If you deliver BAU, business as usual, which means performing regular operations and tasks without any significant changes, you can be on the project for quite a while. Often tech consulting find themselves between projects. There is a term for that, on the bench, or without a steady stream of work. This lack of job security can be unsettling for those who prefer stability in their careers. And the higher you get on the career ladder, you are more and more involved in selling activities and seeking new opportunities for a firm. Some people don't want to sell, they just want to do their job. It can be a turning point for some people. Client politics and conflict. This one is quite tricky and not always straightforward. There are two types of people from the client side. Some people support consultants and what they're trying to achieve, and another type of people don't want to see you on their side at all. Clients may have specific expectations regarding the project scope, timeline, budget, and deliverables. Conflicts can happen when these expectations are not clearly communicated or are misunderstood by either party. For example, a client might expect additional features to be included in the project scope without realizing the impact on timeline or budget. Another problem, projects often involve multiple stakeholders with the client organization, each with their own interests and priorities. Consultants must navigate these dynamics, understand stakeholders' roles and concerns, and ensure that all parties are aligned towards project success. Conflicts can happen if stakeholders have conflicting priorities or if decision-making processes are unclear. When disagreements happen between consultant and clients about project decisions, timeline, or quality, it's important to handle them calmly and carefully. Consultants should listen to the client's concerns and suggest solutions that work for both sides. And building a good relationship and trust with clients make it easier to solve problems peacefully. Constant travel. I personally didn't experience that, and I'm pretty sure there are lots of young people who would be more than happy to travel for clients, and they will consider it as actually a good lifestyle for them. Many tech consulting roles require frequent travel, sometimes to distant locations or for extended periods. And through work with two consulting firms, I knew a bunch of people who had to travel every week, and they were going back to their families on the weekend. Some of them had to stay for months because flying them over the weekend can be expensive. Maybe not in New Zealand because our country is fairly small. At first they were so excited and happy to do that, but then comes constant fatigue and missed opportunities to connect with family and friends. And if you think you'll be able to do some sightseeing or some other free time activities at a new location, you might be mistaken. You need to remember you are there to serve your client, and on top of that, it can be 8 or 12 hours of work. When you're ready to wrap up your day and leave the office, you have only one wish: to crawl into your bed. This life can be challenging for people with families like mine or other commitments that makes frequent travel difficult. In conclusion, I would like to say that tech consulting can be your hit or miss. While consulting roles offer diverse experiences and challenges, avoiding them can sometimes be a strategic move. In my case, by focusing on deep expertise in a specific field, I can grow profound knowledge and contribute more effectively within my chosen domain. It aligns my career trajectory with long-term goals, aspirations, and promotes my personal growth. The most important thing you can take home: experiment, especially at the beginning of your career. Through trials, errors, challenges, and experiments, you will know who you truly are. You need to know what works for you and what doesn't. Give it some time and you will find your path. In consulting, you can always expect some challenges or positive outcomes. Some people really enjoy this dynamic and interesting industry. Some people just can't stand it. I definitely had my highs alongside with my lows. I'm not saying that I would never go back to the consulting, but for now, I decided to dive deeper and solidify my knowledge and technical skills. If you want to know more about tech consulting, I recommend watching this video where I explain how consulting firms use their expertise to help companies achieve their business goals. The video covers what tech consultants do to make organizations more efficient and innovative in the technology field. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in this one.